Hello, how's everyone doing? Today I'm going to show you how to install the Halo Magnum kit for the KWA Mark 23. So first of all, I'm going to go over the tools that you'll need for this. You're going to need a Phillips head, like a smaller one, a flat head, something about this size. It can be a little larger, it doesn't really matter. And a Allen key set, and these screws are included in the kit, so you don't need to worry about that. So first of all, take your magazine out, safety first. Go ahead and take your slide off by taking your slide catch out. Set that to the side. You can also set your lower to the side. Go ahead and remove your barrel and your spring guide. And then now you can take your Phillips head and you're going to remove that little screw right there. That's going to take off the front iron sight. Okay. Make sure you don't lose the screw. And then go ahead and slide off the sight. Sometimes they're a little finicky, so you're just going to have to. There we go. Next, you're going to have to. There's a little spring-loaded button back here. I believe the function of that is to cushion the impact of a hammer, as it is every time it cycles, it's gonna, slam forward. It's gonna cushion that, but it seems that it still leaves a little divot where it hits. I'm not 100% sure if it's required, if you need it. Regardless, the way that I'm sending you the kit, you are not going to be using it. There might be a way to improvise in order to continue using it, but I am not currently capable of doing that, and I'll show you why in a second. So let me unscrew this. Okay, this is the screw for the rear sight. Go ahead and slide this rear sight off, and then you're still holding onto that button, by the way, and then you're gonna take it out, let it drop out, and then there's still a spring back there. It didn't come out with the little button, so you're gonna fish it out with like a flat head. Okay, don't lose it. It's really easy to lose. If you have carpet like I do, you're gonna be looking for that for a while. Okay, so once that's all out, let me show you why that it won't work. So this is the screw that mounts the Halo slide on top of the Mark 23 slide. And as you can see, the stock rear sight screw has this little extra piece right here. And what that does is it allows the little button to move back and forth. And not only does it move back and forth, it'll prevent it from falling out. Now you're thinking, what if I just use the regular screw, right? And put it in there, it still won't fall out. Well, the problem is it's too big, so when it tries to go forward, it's gonna get stuck. So what you can do is you can solder something on there, right? You can solder something on there to mimic this, or you can epoxy something on there, something of the sort. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how to do it because I haven't done it yet, but it's definitely possible. But I don't really know if you really need that piece, because I fired it plenty of times without it, and there's no issues with the hammer. So yeah. So now we're gonna reassemble the slide and take your barrel and take your spring guide. Reassemble your gun. Awesome. Okay, and now you take your Halo slide, just put it on top of the Mark 23 slide, and it should fit like perfectly. Should be much issues there. Now, actually, what I would do before I would install that is you take the screw that I just compared and make sure everything fits perfectly in that hole, okay? You don't want to cross thread or anything, so make sure everything's good beforehand. Then put your slide on. Take like a flashlight, look through this hole, make sure it lines up with the hole in the slide before you screw anything in. You don't want to cross anything, mess anything up. So just a word of advice, and then screw it in. And as you're screwing in, it should not be a lot of resistance. If there is, you're probably cross-threading something, so be careful. Okay, and it should screw in and be flush with the slide. And what I mean by that is it sits inside the little hole that I created for it, so that way when you aim down your sights, there's no little screw sticking out getting in your way. So isn't that neat? Okay, so that's one part done. Next part, you're gonna grab your front end, your barrel, whatever you call it, and your hand guard, trigger guard, and connect them together. Slide them on. Okay, everything should fit pretty nicely. Grab your M5 screw. This is the fattest screw that came with the kit. Go and put it through that little hole right there and screw it in through your trigger guard. Alright. Now you don't want to over tighten it because you might strip something. But you can test it real quick. If you can't pull it off, then you're good to go. Next, you want to make sure everything works. Make sure there's no binding. Make sure this the slide doesn't get caught up on the barrel. Sometimes it might, depending on how you assembled it. But if there is issues, even after, you can sand it down just slightly, just to smooth it out, you know, so there's no binding problems. This one has no problem. So you can also grab a mag, make sure your slide catch works. Okay, that's probably why you notice there's a little groove here. A little groove is there, so your slide catch still works. Okay, fire it a couple times, make sure it works. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to show you how to install these, the viewfinder and the suppressor. We're going to start with the viewfinder. Pretty simple. You just match the holes with that hole. Line it up in a straight line and just put them on top of each other. Make sure the holes line up. If the holes are lined up, you can go ahead and screw them in with the included screws. I'm not going to do so for the video because I still got to show you how to do the suppressor. As you can see, when I removed it, just wanted to show you a little quick tip. I kind of pried it and pulled. Sometimes they're tight, so you might have to do it. Suppressor here is pretty simple. Just slide it over. But as you can see, there's a little gap. It won't go all the way. Why not? It's tight sometimes, but that's a good thing. So what you got to do is you got to hold the suppressor and the barrel together, okay? Make sure these two are touching. And then all you got to do is just get a little quick little tap to it, and then it'll line up. Make sure it all lines up. Check your holes. If your holes are lined up, go ahead and screw them in, and you're good to go. Now to remove the suppressor, oh no, I can't take my suppressor off. It's tight on there. What do I do? Pretty simple. You just tap the top a couple times, and it comes right off. And I've done it plenty of times, and there's no issues. So what happens is when you tap that, it releases the tension from the taps that sit on here. Okay, so the suppressor uses these little grooves that sit in these grooves. All right. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I'm missing anything, but if you have any questions, you have any issues, concerns, please let me know. Shoot me an email or go to my Etsy and message me there. If you have any issues, please let me know. Thank you for purchasing my kit, and I really support you guys. I mean, I really appreciate that you guys support me. I put a lot of work into these kits, so it means a lot that you're purchasing them for me. So yeah, thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful day.